Hello everyone, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure review for you. This video goes up on a Monday, so this is Marvel Monday. This time I am reviewing the Marvel Legends Jean Grey action figure. This is the Age of Apocalypse version of Jean Grey. This is part of the Sugarman Build-A-Figure wave that was released in 2020. I bought it in the store in 2020. It comes in a very nice window package so we can see the action figure. Jean Grey is squeezed into the package next to the large pieces for the Sugarman Build-A-Figure. What's nice about the window packages is that we can see what is in the package to make sure everything is in the package when we buy it. And we can make sure it looks okay. It looks good enough to buy. So here is the front of the package. Here is the top with the Age of Apocalypse logo there. Here is the bottom, some manufacturing information. Here is one side of the package. Here is the other side of the package. Here is the back with a picture of the Age of Apocalypse version of Jean Grey, a little biography in English and some other languages. The cross-sell showing the other action figures in this wave and what pieces they come with to build the Sugarman Build-A-Figure, and then some more manufacturing information down there. So I will open this up and review the Jean Grey action figure in just a moment. Here is the Age of Apocalypse Jean Grey out of the packaging. Let's see how tall this action figure is. We can see this is about 6 inches tall, or about 15.5 centimeters tall. So nicely sized action figure. And there are no accessories with this action figure aside from the Build-A-Figure pieces. So let's take a look at the action figure. So this version of Jean Grey is from a different dimension where Apocalypse woke up early and conquered the world, or most of it, and the X-Men were changed into, well, some of them work for Apocalypse and some of them are rebel fighters, and so Jean Grey is one of the rebel fighters fighting against Apocalypse. And so this version, she has short hair and facial tattoo there, so looks okay. And this short hair is meant to be windswept. Looks like there's a little bit of a seam for the different pieces being put together. And this outfit has a collar piece that's attached to the body there, and lots of wrinkles sculpted into the clothes there, so nicely done. Some paintwork there, a few more wrinkles in the clothes and some paint. I guess the plastic is blue and then there's red paint on it. And peg holes in the heels there. Just a little bit of detail on the back. I could have put a little more detail in there, but I guess for an action figure that might be marketed towards kids or teenagers, maybe they don't want to put too many details in there, but still looks pretty nice. So let's take a look at the articulation. So with the head, she can barely look up or down, so I can't get very much out of it. I think there should be a hinge joint in there, but it's not really working for me. And she can turn side to side, and lots of head tilting there, but I really can't get this head to move up or down, so that's too bad. At the shoulders, they go out this far, so that's pretty nice, and they go around 360 if we move the arm out away from the shoulder. So it's not really going to work because this piece is getting in the way, but they might go around. There's some ratcheting in the joint there. So it is being limited by this shoulder piece there. There's a single jointed elbow a little bit more than 90 degrees, and a swivel at the elbow there. Same thing on this side, single jointed elbow, a little more than 90 degrees, and a swivel at the wrist. They do turn with the outstretched fingers there, and a little bit of a hinge there. Same thing with this side, it turns and a hinge. Yes, that is working. There's a diaphragm cut there where it goes all the way around. So that's pretty loose there, but it does work. So she can go back this far with a great big gap there. Crunch forward just a little bit. At the hips, she can go this far with the splits and kick forward that much, and she cannot kick back. Kick forward that much, and she cannot kick back. There's an upper thigh cut, so that is working. And this side, it's a little stiffer, but it's working. There's a double jointed knee. Goes that far. Not too bad. And this side, it'll also go. There we go. I'm going to go that far, so a little bit less. And there's no boot cut here. At the ankles, they go down. This side is just very loose right out of the package. So I'm worried about how loose that one is already. And it goes up forward this much. This side is tighter. The ratchet joint is much tighter. And a little bit of an ankle pivot. It's not working very well, although it is loosening up a little bit over time. And that one is not working very well. There it is. So, takes a little bit of work. So all the joints seem to be working. They're a bit limited in some places where that can't be helped due to the design of the action figure. Some of the joints were a bit stiff at first, but they're loosening up. And this one, this ankle joint was very loose right out of the package, so I'm not too happy about that, and I'm worried about how loose it'll become over time. All the other joints seem to be working pretty nicely. So, let's see if I can get her to stand. And there is Jean Grey. Here is the Age of Apocalypse Jean Grey next to a pair of 4-inch action figures. On the right is an adventurer from an Animal Planet set I reviewed a while ago. On the left is the Fortnite Jonesy action figure by Jazzwares. Here is Jean Grey next to a 6-inch action figure on the left. The Power Rangers Lightning Collection Zeo Red Ranger by Hasbro. And a 7-inch action figure on the right. The Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man action figure by Mattel. And it looks like Jean Grey is a little bit taller than that Zeo Red Ranger. I think she should be a little bit shorter because female women are generally shorter than men, and I think the Red Ranger was a fully grown man. Even if he was meant to be a teenager, he was still probably fully grown, so he should be taller than the woman. And this Jean Grey might fit in with the 7-inch scale if she's much smaller than normal person. Or we can just use the 7-inch scale He-Man as a barbarian. I think this is a pretty nice Marvel Legends Jean Grey Age of Apocalypse action figure. It looks nice. It looks like they managed to capture the appearance based on the comic book pretty nicely. I'm just a little unhappy about some of the joints being too loose right out of the packaging, and there are some limitations, although some of the limitations probably can't be helped, like at the shoulders where we can't get the full range of movement. and the ankle joint just really bothers me right out of the package. Extremely loose, so I wonder if it'll loosen up over time. Everything else seems to be pretty sturdy, although the knee joints, the plastic there seems to be a bit soft and pliable, so I wonder if that'll be a problem eventually. Although I hardly ever touch the action figures in my collection, so they should last quite a long time once I put them in some nice poses. So thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment. What do you think about this action figure? And subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future action figure reviews and commentary. I will see you next time. Bye.